then it was a very good pick by them. And they go for the Jarvan. Expected pick, expected ban. I do expect to see a Yasuo. There he goes. Um, it's going to be a very fun match. Now we're looking at Orianna. Interesting ban against the against as a response for the Yasuo ban. But now we are looking on the first pick. Obviously, there are a lot of champions that could be picked here. Maybe Azir, even the Sion is a very strong pick. They could also go for a Zinzao Secure, which is a very strong jungler at the moment. And we will see what they will go for here, Khalifa. In my opinion, it would be safest to go for the... Oh, he does go for the Braum though. And now we're gonna see a response. A 1-2 here. They're gonna secure the Kai'Sa. Obviously deny the Braum. Kai'Sa is a very strong combo down in the bot lane. And now perhaps they would like to go for a jungler or maybe a mid laner or even a top. The Sion is still open and it's a really strong champ. So would they be looking for it? No. They are looking for the Rakan so far. They are not locking it in yet though. And they are going to lock it in. So it's Kai'Sa Rakan in the bot lane. And it's going to be a really hard matchup. But now they open themselves for counter picks on the bot lane. And they do with the Caitlyn now. And they choose the Wukong on top of it. A very obvious and strong pick in the jungle. And now for the third pick. Are they going to respond with something tanky? Something like the Sion. Maybe the Zinzao is not very tanky, but he is still a very strong champion into the Wukong. So they could be looking for it, or they might secure. Oh, here they go. They do seem to be looking for the Zinzao. And I believe it would be the second best choice after Sion. And they are locking it in, as it appears. And now we're going to the second ban phase. So Hashemite are going to be looking to ban a mid laner or a top laner. It's going to be interesting to see if both teams prioritize banning the Sion. But they also have the Azir open. So very strong champions are still open, and they do ban the K'Sante, a very tanky champion who does a lot of damage. Fair ban by them. And usually when you ban K'Sante, you're going to some bruiser-like champions on the top lane. And now we're looking at Khalifa's ban. The Mordekaiser. It's a very strong pick ban that they go for the Mordekaiser here. He's obviously a champion that is kind of heading through top laners, especially the tank ones, and he offers a lot of help to his jungler by ulting on objectives. So it is a very sensible ban. And now that we're looking at Chief, we want to see who he is going to ban, and they are looking for a ban on the Akali. No, they go for the Galio. Great ban. Galio Wukong is one of the strongest combos in the mid lane jungle. They can appear everywhere and anywhere, and they can always deny you great plays. Put that with a Caitlyn who knows how to kite, and you have trouble. So good ban over there by Hashemite to recognize the danger of the Galio. Now that we're looking at the fifth and last ban for Khalifa, the Darius, as it appears. And no, they go for the Quinn. Interesting choice to ban the Quinn, knowing that the top lane ranged matchup is never fun. So they do go for the Quinn ban, respectable. And now they are looking for a Sylas. And they do pick the Sylas. Beautiful. I think it's a good pick to go for the Sylas, but maybe not necessarily in this combo, because they're probably going to have a lot of damage on Khalifa's side, and that's not many people to suck the damage. So they are going for the Ambessa now, a very strong side laner, and that's a lot of damage, and not many people who can take it up on the side of Hashemite. So we are now looking on the second pick for Hashemite, the second last pick, of course. We're gonna see what they're going to go for. The Cassiopeia. That is a really good pick into the Silas, but now you are offering the Silas the Cassiopeia ulti, and it is a very powerful ulti. So how good is it? I think it's a gamble to go for the Cassiopeia there, and the Malphite on the side of Hashemite. So it is going to be a great team fight. Obviously, both teams are very scrappy, both teams are very fighty, and I think we are going to be looking at a very interesting game here, a very interesting matchup in the top lane. The Ambessa lanes quite well against tanks, and we're having Cassiopeia against Silas, and the bot lane is also going to be tricky. I believe that the Wukong's chances of winning are going to be playing for his bot lane. I think the Cassiopeia can win by herself, so can the Ambessa. But again, Ashimite have proved that they are not an easy team, and they can pull anything off. So I will not be surprised if I see Hashemite dominating the early game or making a huge comeback in the late game. We'll see. We'll see. Both ways, we are going to see a very beautiful game, a very fun game. So, Hashemite and Khalifa. I do really want to know, you guys also think that it is going to be a comeback by Hashemite again, like we saw in the last series? And it will be pretty nice to watch. I think it is going to be a very entertaining game. Right, so before we start, I do want to give a huge shout out and thanks to AOC Gaming for supporting the tournament. Follow their Instagram channel for the latest promotions and product launches, and check out their products in the Amazon link in the screen description. And there we go. So, no shenanigans so far. Both teams are playing traditional bot lane. They are not looking for a switch. Everyone protecting his side of the jungle, making sure no one is going for any funky business. And both junglers are going to start on their top side. So they are going to be looking for a play in bot lane later in the game, which is most likely going to be pushed by the Caitlyn. And the Silas is walking into ward, so is the Cas. And here's where the game starts. The laning phase is going to be hell for the Silas in the early game. Is he going to survive it though? We are going to see. Oh, he goes for a quick fight in the mid lane. He does chunk the Cassiopeia a little bit, but it's not that much to mention yet. She has the reach advantage. Our eyes should be on the bot lane now. It is going to be a pretty hard match early on. It's going to be a lot of poke and a lot of damage. Here goes the Silas again. He tries to Q in, but now that's a level 2 Cassiopeia, and she's doing a lot of damage. This Silas is falling very low, and he flashes in, and he gets the first blood for the Cassiopeia. Pretty good play. Now here's Rakan. He goes for the W in. They do chunk the Kaylin a little bit. Really well played by Gnarly. Flashing in, getting the Q, and getting the E with the flash from Silas, and that's the first blood going to the Cassiopeia very early in the game. And that smells trouble for the Silas. Caliphate are looking very well so far. They are controlling their bot lane very well. They do get the first blood, and the Ambessa is pushing top. And now the Wukong is in his bot side, and he is going to look for a gank, possibly right after the red buff. It would be interesting to see if he's going to go for the Krugs or not. He could do two things. He could go for the Krugs and the gank, or he could go for a gank, and if it works out, he gets a free rift after it. But he decides to go for the Krugs first. Safe option. No one can blame him for it. And now we're back for the mid lane. Silas goes in again. He is getting a lot of damage done to him, though. It is very hard to lane against the Cassiopeia, let alone trying to win the side. I think, I think Silas should be very happy in playing the weak side for a while, at least until his jungler is available. Wukong standing on the ward, so they do see him, and the Xin Zhao is finishing up his camp right now, and he is going to be moving to get that crab, and Wukong is gonna recognize it. He knows that he cannot take a fight here, so he's gonna reset, and he's gonna look to take the top crab, and we are farming again. Though the Xin Zhao is moving to contest on that top crab, Rakan jumps in, he steps on a trap, and now we're looking in the mid lane. The Wukong is going for it, he's gonna get it, but with a smite. Now the Xin Zhao cannot flash out, but now he does. And that's an easy flash. Oh, we got a kill on bot lane. Kaylin is now flashing out. The Kai'Sa can't get a kill on the Braum, and now the Caitlyn is trying to run for her life. Kai'Sa, is she gonna have E in time? She is gonna decide to go away from it. If we can get a replay, it would be pretty good on the bot lane. And Ambessa is still up by XP. Dragon is spawning. And Braum is fishing in the mid lane. Though I don't think it's going to be any useful because that size. Oh, he is getting chunked a little bit more though. It's not going to be very fun for the Stylus. Oh, now they do engage on the Cassiopeia though. She dodges that E. And Braum is here to save the day. Well played by Cassiopeia. And nice look by Masalas and the Xin Zhao, but it ends up not working out. Now Zalam is going to get a bit more poked. And he is going to take the recall. So the control of the river is going to fall in the hands of Khalifa. And now they are looking for the Xin Zhao. They do flash out though. The Rakan saves the day. And now no flash on the Wukong. Though it is still a very good find. Both teams are not trying to get the Drake very early. They're not willing to take a contest yet. They are playing the lanes very safely. So, good choice by both teams not to take any early fights. At least not needed fights. Some chunk damage being done on the Caitlyn in the bot lane. So it is going to be quite hard for them to contest for the Drake if Ashe might decide to go for it, but now here comes the Wukong. The Braum is walking in, the Rakan dashes out, but now they jump on the Kai'Sa. They do hit some damage on the Kai'Sa, but that is not enough. They try to get the stun of the passive on Rakan, and they are going to hit it. Now they are running back. Wukong is so low. The Kai'Sa is running. The Rakan doubles in, and now Xin Zhao goes in. The Wukong is first to fall. Now the Caitlyn is in trouble. The Braum is trying to defend his ADC, but that ADC is going to fall. And Rakan is going to play in the feat of warfare for his team. And that is probably going to mean a free first Drake for the side of Fashionite. Good play by them to turn that play around on Khalifa. I think Khalifa looked a bit too much. They did not look very coordinated on the play. Khalifa is fishing for something here, but That is a very scary looking Silas chasing after you, and now there's a Rakan. Really good ult by him though, and now he is here, Braum, to give her some shield. She gets the kill on the Rakan. Braum is gonna fall though, and she is probably the same. Good flash by him, and he does survive it. It goes 1-for-1. Now the Silas is in, and he's gonna back off, and he just stops him from taking the Drake. Really well played by him. They are gonna start it again, but that's a lot of time wasted on Hashemite. Really well played there by Gnarly, and he nearly escapes. And now they are pinging for the grubbies. Here we go for the replay. You see, he is buying time here. He sees the Silas coming in, and he does not care. He gets a nasty ulti here. Look at that, 3 people, and he gets so much damage on the Rakan, the squishiest member. And the Braum moves in to try to take as much damage as possible. They split the damage on both members to try and get them both, but he nearly survived. And well played by Khalifa over there. Drake is gonna fall though, and he goes for the side of Hashemite. But that means that Hashemite is not gonna have enough time to contest the grubbies. That's the value of the play before this one. The fact that he bought enough time for his jungler to spawn and go for grubbies. Now Caitlyn is getting some solo XP over here. He does catch the Rakan on the way in, and now Rakan has to go out his E. But that is pretty chunked up. Guys, he's probably going to look for a shove and a recall soon. Not much danger though. The Wukong is pretty far away. Not sure if they know that or not though. And we're still having same old top lane. Farming. Now he is looking for the recall. Braum is maybe gonna try to cancel the recall. Isa sees that coming. He's not gonna look for it. And that is an ulti on the Ambessa. Ambessa's getting very low. The Malphite is not looking very low though. And he is moving in rock solid, slapping him around, trying to get the kill. And he queues in. And Zenda's gonna live. He does live. Very low HP though. He does waste his flash to live too. So does the Malphite. Good play by the Ambessa. Now he is moving back in. That is the Zinzao. He does get the W flash, but he gets ulti by the Cassiopeia. Well played by him. He's gonna survive that one. But he does get chunked. He does lose his ulti. Braum is trying to move in now. He queues in for the Kai'Sa. But it's okay. Zinzao is now farming again, and that Wukong is looking for a play here on the Silas. He is gonna flash in. Wukong puts his ulti up, and that's another kill going for the way of Cassiopeia. 3-0 and a lot of damage for the late game. Pretty good play so far by both teams. Drake for Hashemite, Grubbies for Khalifa. 3 kills on the carry, though the Cassiopeia is looking very scary, but I do want to highlight too the CS difference on the Kai'Sa. It's really worrying me out. And he also had 3 kills, and now a full item with attack speed is going to be very dangerous on that Caitlyn. She's gonna do a lot of damage. So when it comes to the fights later on, both teams are going to be looking to kill the Kai'Sa and the Cassiopeia, but in my opinion, it's a lot easier to kill a Kai'Sa than it is to kill a Cassiopeia. It's going to pretty much fall down to who protects his teammates better, who protects his player better. Now Cassiopeia is looking for a fight here with Silas. He does dodge his abilities, and now he is just eating him for free, and that's a lot of damage. Malphite is looking for a fight with the Ambessa though, and that's what top laners do. They slap each other around until one of them is close to death. He's gonna try to steal it away, but Wukong just see it. Good discipline by him to not smite it out, even though it probably would have much safer. He still does not. Now the Zinzao is kind of caught. He does ult out. Now the Wukong is still looking for a fight, but so is the Rakan. Rakan is stunned by the Braum. He's gonna be moving in. The Zinzao is going to fall. Now they jump on the Silas. He's gonna fall too. The Rakan is in trouble now. He does not have any dashes out. The Kai'Sa is pretty low though, and they're gonna get the stun on the Rakan, and he is taking so much damage. Is he gonna fall or not? That Kai'Sa W is gonna protect him for a while, but he lives. Good play by Khalifa over there. Getting 2 for nothing, and a lot of damage on the Rakan and the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa cannot stay here for much longer. She is going to be dove in Now the Braum is moving in, and they are pinging the Kaisa to dive her. Is the Kaisa going to survive that one, though? Seems like she is. They're not going to commit for the dive. They are, although, going to get a turret blade. And that is a very dangerous Cassiopeia. And Bessa is getting pretty low on the side lane. That Malphite is really tanky. So she can't deal with him yet with these items. But later on, she is going to get stronger. And I think, looking at both team compositions, I think it's going to be much easier for the Ambessa to get the Kaisa. But still, you have the... You could argue that the Malphite can ult him. But again, the Malphite, when he ults in, he does not deal as much damage as an Ambessa jumping on your ADC. Now that the Drake is spawning though, Hashemite is going to be first on the Rift. They have pretty good vision control around it. So they are probably going to go for it. And here's Cassiopeia though, she's not standing on a ward, they do not see her. And now they jump on the Rakan, a lot of damage being done. And the fist bump real quick. That Braum gets a Q on the Xin Zhao, he is going to walk away. And they are going to start the Drake. That's a lot of damage being done to the Drake very quickly. It would be wise by Hashemite not to go for a fight here. But they are looking for one, they get the Drake. And the Wukong is looking with greedy eyes, but he decides to walk it off. Oh, they are staying for a fight, and now the Braum is getting low. Good ult by the Rakan, and they jump on the Braum, he's getting very low. The Kaisa gets the kill on him, and now he's free hitting the Wukong. He does put his ult up too, but he is going to die. So does the Braum, but it's not a big issue. Now Cassiopeia is caught, and they are doing so much damage for her. She gets the kill on the Kaisa, but that Silas is going to get a huge shutdown. Now they're looking for the Caitlyn. They do get her, and now that they jump on her, Caitlyn is moving under his tower. They send a stun on her, but she dodges pretty well, and now that Xin Zhao is pretty low. It would be wise of him to walk back, and he does. And well played by Hashemite over there. Turn the fight around to recognize that the Cassiopeia walked away, and that they can finish the fight before she comes back to her team. And I think... Oh, that Silas is in danger though. He does flash in on the Caitlyn, but she has a Braum. Stand behind Braum and you stay safe. The Silas is going to fall, and that's a kill for the Caitlyn. Well played by Khalifa to recognize that the Silas is going to stay over, and they go for the kill on him, and they do get it for the ADC. I think if we can get a replay on that Drake fight, it would be great if we have time. And now it is going to be chill. The Rift Herald is up, and they are looking for it. Hashemite, they do get 2 towers on the side lanes. Now they jump on the Cassiopeia. That's a lot of damage being done. And is she going to get knocked up? She is. Rakan is tanking. He is going to fall for the tower, but that's the carry being killed. And now the Braum is in danger. But here comes the Wukong to save him. He is not going to save him though. The Xin Zhao is going to jump on him soon. He is not in range. And the Braum is going to Q. Now he is though. He W's him. And the Kaisa is hitting. Now comes the Wukong. The Braum dies though. So is it really worth it to jump again? Here comes Ambessa on the ADC. And so much damage. He flashes over, but the Kaisa flashes out. They do get the Kaisa with the Wukong. And now the Silas is coming in to help out. Is the Xin Zhao going to fall? The answer is yes. But so is the Ambessa. Here comes the tank. He is going to save the day. But the Caitlyn is going to last hit the Silas. And that Caitlyn is going to die. No, she hits the stun. He flashes over. Is he going to get the Q? He does get the Q, and he does get the kill. But that Cassiopeia is here now. Is he going to escape the Cassiopeia? It seems like yes. And it's going to be a 4-4-4. Really intense fight over there, and that's what we talked about, ladies and gentlemen. These teams are going to fight it out, fist fight until the end of the game, and it's what we love to see. And now they are moving for the Rift Herald to start getting vision all around it, and they do spot the ward in this bush, and Braum is going to clear it. Yes, he is. Okay, so insane fights. Now let's look at the items real quick. We have the Roa finish for Silas, but look at that Cassiopeia. She has the Roa and she has the mana item, and she is going to be doing so much damage, but she's also going to be really tanky. And that collector on the Caitlyn is going to be so dangerous too. But that is also not an easy Kaisa. If Kaisa is going to be free hitting in the next fight, he is going to deal a lot of damage, and we're looking for another fight soon enough. Drake is spawning in 1 minute 30. It's interesting if we see them fighting for the Rift Herald before the Drake, because if they wait any much longer, the winner of the fight on either the Drake or the Rift is going to get both. But it seems so far that Hashemite is having very good prior. They do jump on the Caitlyn though, and now the Caitlyn is just going to disappear. That's the damage on the Kai'Sa, but here comes the Wukong. The Rakan is going to fall easily. Is the Kai'Sa going to fall too? He is out. The Xin Zhao is moving to try and help. So does the Malphite, but that's a very dead Kai'Sa, and a really good ulti by the Cassiopeia. And now that Xin Zhao is going to fall too, and so does the Malphite. He is pretty tanky, but that's an AP champion, and all he has is armor. And they are going to be moving for the Drake, and they'll get it. And the Baron is spawning in 1 minute, and they are going to get the tower on mid. Really well played by Khalifa to find the kill on the Caitlyn, to go just all in, even though it's going to be very dangerous. Now we're looking for another kill on the Silas here, down in bot lane. He is going to ult him. The Silas jumps on the Braum, and he's going to deal so much damage to him, but he gets stunned. Why is the Ambissa standing? Is he AFK? Oh my god, the Ambissa went AFK on the wrong time. That's going to be a pause, ladies and gentlemen. It's very unfortunate over there. It was pretty much a kill for the Ambissa and the Braum, but he just disconnects. It's pretty unfortunate. We are going to see what happened real quick. And hopefully it's nothing serious. Hopefully it will be solved in just a bit. Alright. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. That was interesting. Happened. Abyssa is going to die though out of that AFK. Really unfortunate scenario, but it is all good. And we are back to the game now. So Hashima is going to be looking for the for the rift. They are pretty much going to get it. It's pretty hard to contest this Drake, but they are pinging for the Atacon right after it. Are they going to go for it though? It seems like no, because the ADC is going for mid lane. They do go towards it though, and that guy is going to get a pretty good push. If he goes for this tower though, he might die, because that Ambissa is coming from afar. He does see it, probably warned by his Rakan, and he does fall. He does fall back. Now the Malphite is going to get the Cryo on top lane, but Caitlyn is here to clear that wave. And the Silas is pushing, and I like the lane assignments by HQ. Pretty good discipline. But now that Silas is getting engaged on by the Ambissa. And maybe if we can see what's happening in the bot lane. Now there is a TP going down. And the Ambissa is going to fall back. So the TP does protect the Silas. And he is going to stay safe. Well, that's a TP spent. And now they are looking for the Xin Zhao. He is going to pop his ult, but the Xin Zhao flashes out. And that is a lot of value for the flash. It is a Braum ult that was spent. And now that Malphite is kind of stuck in bot lane. because he has no TP. So Khalifa University could really go for the Otacon if they decide here, but they are not. They're instead going to stand in this bush. They are spotted by the way by the ward in the river, and now they are looking for a fight in mid lane. Most likely, just air ram it out, I guess. And the Wukong is hiding behind, but I think Asher might do smell a play. Zinzao is standing on a control ward, so nobody can see him. But they do see him now as Cassiopeia face checks. And it is a ghost face check, obviously protected by the Wukong to make sure that nothing goes wrong. And if anything does, it is a 3v4. And everyone is playing very safe. I think Khalifa needs to look for a play anytime soon here on the top side. And they do find the play. Now they all fighting in the river. The Rakan is going to get stunned inside the wall. He laughs it out. Great to see that one. And now TP coming from the silence. They are going to look for the Otacon, but they do have a TP advantage on the top lane. So are they really going to go for it? No, they pull the Otacon and they back off. And that Kaisa is getting a free wave down here. She is going to be able to do some damage for this tower, but she is going to back off after she sees the Cassiopeia. Good decision by him not to try to grid out. You make one mistake against that champion and you die. Now we have a fight here between Ambessa and Malphite. He is too tanky, but she is an Ambessa. He makes us low. He ults out. She tries to ult him, and that's a flash spent by the Malphite. And now they could really look for the Otacon if they wanted. Because now they have no ult and no flash on their tank, and they could really look for it. Khalifa now on the on the Otacon. Good play by the Ambessa. Try and go for the Malphite. He does recognize that he has the better items for the 1v1, and he goes for it without hesitation. But now the Braum is resetting, so is the Caitlyn and the Wukong, and they're going to give a lot of value for Hashemite. Are they going to go for it? Because they could do a lot of damage to the Otacon. But they don't. So now they're just moving back. Now Kaisa is going to do some damage for the Cassiopeia. Good job by Teddy. But Gnarly is just going to back off and get his reset. He's probably gotten a few things to purchase right now. So he's falling back. And now 4 people are heading towards top lane. And they are going to spot the Wukong. He does see them coming, and now Braum comes in. They do back off, which is the right choice by them. You do not want to stay in a very closed area with Cassiopeia and a Braum. Braum gets caught though, and he takes a bit of damage. Not much to mention anyways. And the Drake is up, so is anyone going to sacrifice the Otacon for a Drake? Wouldn't be the right choice, but it would be much safer than taking a fight in my opinion. If any of the team is not confident enough in this fight, they should be going for the Drake. And Hashemite seems like they are not, so they do go for the Drake with a Zinzao. But now that is very dead Atacon. And in my opinion, not the worst play ever. But Hashemite should really not look for a contest here. Rakan is looking though, and he does go in, but the smite is popped by the Wukong. They do a lot of damage for the Braum, and the Caitlyn is going to be really low, but the Wukong dies. The Zinzao dies across the map, and that's a really low Braum and Caitlyn now. They are looking for the engage. They do jump in, and they get both of them, and it's going to be 3 for 1. But Khalifa gets the Otacon, and HU gets the Drake. I think it is worth for HU, because now they can also go for the Baron, which they are doing. So they got a Baron, Drake, 3 kills, and now probably the lead in the game. Because UP is moving in with the Ambessa though. They are looking for the fight. Ambessa is going to deal a lot of damage for the Rakan. He's not able to hook her, but she is going to get one-shotted by the Kaisa. Teddy is just moving crazy. He's doing a lot of damage for the Ambessa, but she is going to fall back. She scares him off, because just like Teddy, Gnarly deals a lot of damage. Now the Wukong is here. They do catch the silence. He is going to flash out, but he does go in afterwards. He recognizes he's dead. So he buys time for his team to escape. The Braum is still fishing for more kills though. Are they going to catch them? They are not, but they do catch the Rakan. Rakan is going to die here, and he is getting ulted. But he escapes. Then Xin Zhao saves him, and he saves the day. And it is going to be the mid laner falling, but it is going to be a a Baron secured for Hashemite. Well played, and I think it is very worth it by Hashemite to take that fight. To take that Baron and accept the loss on the mid laner, and they make it worth it at the end of the day. Well played by Hashemite, and great play by um, Khalifa to try and go for the deny. It does not work out very well for them, but the idea itself was good. And now they have to just wait out the Baron to run off, or else they are all going to die again if they look for another fight. I think the right play for Khalifa is to wait. Here's the play again on the Arakan, and now we're looking at the Zinzao with the Drake. So obviously, they do decide to take the safe way out. The Malphite is going to ult in. They do go for the fight here. It works out pretty well for them. Obviously, the reason they are doing all of that damage uh, is because of the stat reduction done by the Atacon. So it is good that they go for this play, and the fact that they chase still and they dive under the tower is even better because they know they can deal enough damage to get the kill on both of them. And here is the escape of the Rakan. Zhao is the firefighter in this play. He does save his support and he makes it out. Now they're looking for another fight here, or maybe just vision control in the jungle. And the Malphite is going to be bodyguarding the Kaisa. Look at these lane assignments by Hashemite. They are playing the game on the map very well. Now they get the engage on the Caitlyn. That Caitlyn is going to fall very low, and they do get the kill and leave very safely. But now ulti is used by the Ambessa. He is going to look for the fight though. Silas is back in. They do dodge the E though, and now the Silas is going to die too. Malphite misses his ulti, and that Wukong is going to deal a lot of damage, and he is going to get the kill for the Ambessa. Another ult used here on the Malphite, and there he's going to fall too. I think Silas should have just walked it off. He got the tower. They got the kill on the Kaisa. He could have escaped sacrificing his teammate, the Zinzao, because again, it's not the worst thing for the jungle to die as long as there are no objectives on the map. Because he could have got out, and the Kaisa would have made it worth by getting the mid tier 2. But instead, they do go for the fight. They overcommitted, obviously, with the. Oh, they are looking for another fight, and the Kaisa, she is going to recall though. As I was saying, it would have been worth it if they just walk it off instead of committing with the Malphite 2. But instead, they do go all in and they do lose. Now we're looking for a engage here on the Bessa. That's a lot of damage done by the Kaisa. He ults and they get the kill on the Ambessa. She falls pretty quickly. That Kaisa is doing so much damage. That W is gonna nearly miss, but that Malphite is not missing his ult anytime soon, and the Kaisa is going to get another kill on the Caitlyn, and that's two very strong champions for the side of Khalifa falling down before the Drake spawns. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a really hard game for Khalifa to turn it around. Drake point now is secured for Hashemite, and they are going to look now for the push on side lanes. And are they gonna look for another kill on Braum? No, he's going to jump on the Wukong and he is going to fall back. But now the Cassiopeia is there and the Malphite is overstaying a little bit. His team is nowhere around him. The Braum is baiting. But Malphite he might be a stone, ladies and gentlemen, but he's much smarter than that, and he is going to walk away. Oh, Ambessa is seen here. They could go for a quick play on the Ambessa. There's no one around them, and they are looking for it. Ambessa does recognize the danger, though, and he does jump away. A good job by him. He is standing on a ward, so they are going to know exactly where he is. And now there are 3 members inside the blue side of Khalifa, but they all are just going to walk out, smart enough to not take a crazy fight. But that Braum is looking very, very greedily, and the greed pays off. That's a huge engage by Hashimite, but a huge, even bigger stun by the gnarly. He's not gonna be enough though. Hashimite are doing a lot of damage, or is it going to be enough? That's a really strong fight. That Caitlyn is free hitting everyone, and everyone is just going to fall. The Caitlyn is now trying to escape that huge rock, but he does, and the Malphite is going to fall. That Cassiopeia ult was insane. Gnarly just hits everyone with it, and the damage by him and the Caitlyn together is going to be more than enough with that Ambessa AoE, and they're going to get a huge fight out of it. And the Baron, ladies and gentlemen, looks like Khalifa is going to be back in the fight again. 30 minutes on the time, the second Baron in this game. And that is going to be even more insane fight now. Oh my god. You can get a replay to see exactly what happened. It would be insane. But there we go. We see here uh, HU going for a really good engage, but on the wrong targets. They do target the Braum and the Wukong, and that's exactly why that play falls short. Because that that Caitlyn is just free hitting everyone. With the collector, she's doing so much damage. As we said at the beginning, that's a lot of damage on the side of Khalifa, and not enough members to tank it all. So it was a pretty good play by Khalifa there to protect their ADC and let him just free hit. And now we can take a look at the we can take a look. After this fight, though, they are looking for the Malphite. He does ult, and the Ambessa is now walking with the Wukong. He is going to be following up. They do maybe take the wrong path, but they are going to recognize that maybe it wasn't that best of an idea. Now Rakan is getting caught. He does have a dash out, though, and they are going to catch the Braum. He does jump off. That is a huge ulti by the Wukong, though. That Caitlyn is getting a lot of damage done on her, but so is the Kai'Sa. She is going to fall, and soon everyone else and Hashemite get almost aced, and now Khalifa is looking to push the waves on bot lane. Huge fight so far, getting the Rakan and going in. The Wukong gets the Kai'Sa, and he also and does a lot of damage on her with the Ambessa and the Caitlyn. Focusing on the right champions is what's probably going to win them the game. Is Silas going to be able to defend alone? Probably not. At least not with this Baron buff. And they are going to get the inhibitor now. And they are pushing for the tier 3 on the mid lane. So maybe they're not going to look for the end. They are not going to look for the end. They took the fight. They took 2 inhibitors. Now they're backing off. They are respecting the timers. And they are just gonna walk away with a really good win on the bot lane. But now that is going to be a really hard to stop Caitlyn. We can take a look at the gold lead. It is huge. Like, that is about 6,000 gold lead or 7,000, and the Hashmat is going. Khalifa is going to start the Drake now, denying the Drake soul. If we can take a look at the individual gold lead for the champions, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Cassiopeia having the most gold out of everyone else, and all that gold is being put to good. And now Khalifa is going to look for another fight, though Hashimite is going to back off. And look at the items, ladies and gentlemen. How are you going to kill this Cassiopeia? Like, okay, you might get a one-shot on the Caitlyn if he overextends, but that Cassiopeia, stopwatch, and all these items, he looks kind of unkillable. Especially compared to his opponent in the mid lane. He does have the stopwatch and the Roa, but what else? Not much. So it's going to be interesting to see how Hashimite is going to try to play the next fight, because the last one ended up disastrous, and they need to get a pick on someone before starting. Now Khalifa is going to siege the top side. Zinzao is walking in danger areas though, and he does get stunned for it. He has to pop the ult, but now that Ambessa is moving in, and Ambessa deals so much damage, and the Zinzao is going to fall. He takes the wrong path, and he finds out pretty soon that taking the wrong direction is going to get you killed. And now Ambessa is pushing the mid lane, and the rest of the team is pushing in top lane. And they are looking to close in the game. Braum might be caught here, but he is tanky enough. He puts up the door and he takes all that damage. And now they are sieging the inhibitor turret, and they're doing so much damage for it. And they're probably going to get it on next wave. They do not want gangs though over here. They are looking for the Ambessa, and Ambessa takes the fight. He knows that his team is coming, but that's a lot of damage he does not anticipate. And he's going to walk out alive. But Isra Khan, he is going to dash out, but that Silas is getting pretty low. Pretty good ult by the Braum. He does catch the tank, and now that Kaisa is in danger, and he does fall for the damage by the Gnarly and Hektan. And that is going to be game 1, ladies and gentlemen, going for the side of Khalifa University. And oh, they are still looking for a fight here though. Are they going to save the day? The Silas is getting very low though, and I think that's it. They are trying their best, but their best is not going to be enough. And ladies and gentlemen, game 1 goes for the side of Khalifa University. Great performance and a huge victory. 1-0, game number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we just witnessed a really, really beautiful performance. The coordination by Khalifa University was great, even though their map play was a bit lacking compared to HU, but they still found the right picks. They still found the right plays, the right fights. They played it correctly in the team fight, and that's what secured the win for them. Even though HU did well, but it's going to be okay. Now we're going to a break between the matches. 1-0 for KU. See you after the break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Gen.G Collegiate Cup League of Legends Season 2. We're back here in Game 2. I'm your lovely host, Ragnar, back into KU against HU, Khalifa University against Hashemite University. Game 1 was a great game, a lot of fight, and KU take the win. Now we are in the bans and picks. The bans on the Ambessa and the and the Cassiopeia go for Hashemite, so they do recognize the danger of these two champs from the last game. Khalifa is still looking for the ban on the Jinx, so perhaps Teddy has been playing her for a while now, and they're gonna go for the Yasuo ban next. Maybe we are going to see another Xin Zhao or a Jarvan ban, and there they do decide to go for the Jarvan. Are they going to ban the Xin Zhao though? Last game we also saw great plays by the Brahms, so they are going to ban him. And first pick going to be now for HU. And who are they going to be giving prio first? I think giving prio for the bot lane like they did last game is not going to be the smartest decision. I get they want to get their carry Teddy his most comfortable champs, but that makes him very um targeted by the enemy picks. They are going to go for the Wukong, and it is going to be faced by the Janna pick. Pretty interesting pick indeed for the side of Khalifa. Janna is not the most known champions in coordinated plays, but they do seem like they are comfortable enough to play with her. Who am I to judge? We are going to see the performance on that Janna support, and now they are probably going to go for a jungle pick or a top laner. Pretty interesting still though, no one is going for the Sion, or even seems to give it any prio, so they are going to be locking in the Xin Zhao. He played very well last game. If we do... Oh, the Trundle! So they do go for a much more pushy champion for the jungle. is going to be an interesting play. Trundle is never a bad champion to play, but that is going to be a Zir lock. Finally, we're seeing some of the high level champions being locked in. Azir Wukong is going to smell trouble, but are they going to take the science? Or are they going to give a chance back to Khalifa? Renata. They do prio support. They do put a mage support though. They're not going for a tanky support. Still not a bad pick. And they are going for the Silas again. Obviously, the Silas against the Azir is much more comfortable than the Silas against the Cassiopeia. And we're gonna see this time Khalifa playing the Silas. So, is he going to be able to play against HU's mid laner? Now we are looking for the bans. They go for the Kaisa ban. Very understandable. Eddie did very well on his Kaisa, but they are looking at Aphelios as well with a worried eye. Perhaps they are going to ban them both, and no, they're looking for the Kalista now? Okay, the Kaisa. They are faking me quite a bit. And now we're looking for the ban on the Hashemite side. And all I'm thinking of here is that's a lot of AP on the side of Khalifa. So maybe they do want to go for some champs. Maybe the Ziggs would be very the Ziggs would be very good to keep for themselves. But at the same time, you need to ban a tank, and they do go for the Yorn, but they still do not care about the Sign. I'm not sure if the players cannot play Sign or not. We do not have info about the players themselves. But since that they're not prying it, they are going to go for the Kalista and the Kaisa bans against Betty though. Respectable. He is the best champion, the best player so far on the side of Hashemite, so it's going to be good to deny him some of his comfortable picks. And the Kisante is going to be banned again on top lane. At least it seems like it so far. But they go prio for the Darius. Obviously Darius is a lane bully, so someone does not know how to play against the Darius. He is going to be bullying him in lane. But now we go for the first pick after the second ban phase. The side of Khalifa. And are they going to get a tank? Would be the best thing to do, and maybe give the counter pick for the ADC, or they could give a comfortable champion for their ADC and go for the counter pick on the top lane. Both would be pretty well, but they are looking for an ADC pick right now. The Seaver would be interesting in this team comp, and he does go for her. And now we are looking at two picks for the top lane and ADC of HU. So Khalifa is going to be looking for the counter pick on the top lane. The Twitch are locking on Twitch here, and they are going to lock him in. Pretty interesting pick. That Twitch Renata is a pretty scary looking bot lane. And now we are seeing the Camille. The Camille is really good against tanks in the late game, but in the early game she could be countered pretty easily. Something like the Jax here would have so much value, especially against the Twitch and the Wukong too. They do lock in the Camille, and that's a very AD based team, except for the Azir. Most of their damage is going to be on the AD. Now we are seeing what they could be picking here as a counter pick. The Renekton is still a very strong pick against the Camille as well, so it would be a pretty good pick here too, and they do go for the Renekton. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this game is going to be just as insane as the last one, but when I look at the side of HU, I see a lot of skirmish damage. And when I look at the side of Khalifa, I see a lot of engaged damage. Single target on Khalifa's side goes crazy. So it would be wise to split the gold between the Alazir and the Twitch in the late game. Because if they put all their gold on one person and Khalifa one shots them here, it is going to be a problem. But if you let the Alazir or the Twitch free hit you for longer than possible, they are going to push you away from objectives and siege you pretty easily. It's going to be a really nice game. Going to be insane, though not as insane as last one maybe, but it is going to be very insane still. HU against Khalifa. Khalifa wins this game, ladies and gentlemen. We need to know this is a best of 3. If Khalifa wins, HU gets eliminated of the tournament. So now more than ever, they need to get this win in game number 2. They have to get this win in game number 2. Otherwise, they are going to get knocked out and we're not going to see them for the rest of the tournament. So this is do or be done. And we are going to see game number 2 here on the Rift. So, just like last game, both teams are looking very safe. None of them is looking to for an invade. None of them is looking for a lane switch for the ADC. Everyone is pretty chill. Alice chilling in the bush. The Azir is standing in the right place. The Sevier and the Janna too. That Trundle is walking around holding a very big club. Right. Minions have spawned and now everything is going to fall in place. In a few seconds here, we're going to start the first game. And we are going to see. My predictions is that HU is going to have the lead in the early game. But when it comes to the late game, they really need to use that lead and save their and save their carries. Otherwise, they are going to get deleted. And here we go. The Savior bullying the lane, like always. And Trundle seems to be playing for topside this time. So, we are going to see a gank on the Camille, but how hard is it to gank the Camille? It is pretty hard. If she has her E, she can escape the gank pretty easily, but he is a Trundle and he is a Renekton. Renekton is looking for an early game fight here. He is doing a lot of damage for the Camille. She might fall soon. She does escape. Pretty low though. And here is the Azir also getting chunked by KU. Gnarly on Silas. Gnarly was obviously the MVP last game. It is going to be interesting seeing how he is going to lane with a champion that is engaging. Unlike the caster in the previous game, Cassiopeia. And so far, pretty chill. No one is trying to kill anyone. I mean, the Renekton did try to kill the Camille, though he does live. So, pretty balanced. You do expect the Renekton to bully the Camille in the early game, but when bot lane and mid lane start getting their items, they are going to be really dangerous. The Silas is doing very well so far, laning into that Azir. And Camille is now looking very dangerously. He is not going to be able to farm comfortably, but so she is going to miss a few minions. But it's much better than dying. Silas is now looking for... Oh, he does flash in for the Camille. Camille gets her shield though. She gets the first kill on the Silas. And the gank go horribly wrong. Camille is going to survive. Renekton is still looking for the Camille though. If he still gets the kill, that's going to be worth it. But he also dies. And that's a disaster for KU. Now they are looking for a fight here on the mid lane crab. On the top side crab. He is going to get it though. And that dive turns really horribly. Wukong gets sent by the blast cone right back into the Trundle and the Janna. He gets smited, but he makes it out alive. And that's a TP spent by the Camille. And a disaster for KU. Really well played by Riawi there. Getting the shield, the magic resist shield on the Silas saves his life. He plays his passive very well, and he makes it out alive with 2 kills that are going to prove so much helpful. I'm gonna help him come back into the game against the Renekton and play much stronger on the safe side that is supposed to be the weak side of HU. Greatly done by Rihawi. Now Drake has spawned, and teams are probably going to be looking for it pretty soon. So that Silas has the prio, and he is moving down to help on that Drake. He is standing in the bush though, so maybe still not looking for the fight. HU are going to be pushing into the river, having their prio on the bot side. Janna is going to be spotted by the Twitch though. He is going to press his thingy, and now that control word was brand new, and now it is just gone. That control word is a pretty sad control word. And here they are. Now KU are looking for the Drake. They are going to start it. The Trundle and the Silas. They do have the Prio mid lane, but not for long. The Azir is pushing, and the Prio now is moving over to HU. But are they going to be pushing on the bot lane? They are going for the kill on Sivir, but she just walks it off. So not any risk. Maybe the Wukong is going to try to steal the Drake here. He gets spotted now. Trundle sees that Wukong is here. Wukong deals a lot of damage. Silas is moving down though, and Wukong might have just put himself in trouble. He gets attacked. His ulti is now owned by Silas. That Janna is falling pretty low. She is going to live though. Sivir gets the kill on the Wukong, and the Azir gets the kill on the Janna. But that is... Oh, Azir gets the ulti and he lives because of that. And that is a Drake going for the side of KU. Well played by them to find the 2 kills and secure the Drake at the same time. It is a pretty dangerous stage though, still for HU. They do have 3 kills, yes, but now they have to recall, reset, and TP. They're not going to have the numbers or the prio to contest for these grubbies that are supposed to be spawning pretty soon. And we're gonna see how that plays on the grubbies. I think KU are going to fight pretty hardly for them, but HU is not weak too. They might take a little bit more time to scale, but they are absolutely not weak. And now we're seeing Renekton looking for the engage. That W is huge on the Camille. He is out and she lives but pretty low. And now the Renekton could look for the tower dive. But 3 people are in the top lane. So that Wukong could try and help the Camille here. If he gets dove, and Renata might have showed herself a bit too quickly, but no, there is a ward. So Renekton does see them. Good awareness by Renekton toward the bush before going to the play. Make sure that no one is around him. And they are going to spot the Wukong now. Janna gets him slowed. Q on him. And now the Silas is jumping on the Wukong. Wukong pops his ulti. And now that's the ulti again by Renata. And the Silas is going to get the kill on the Wukong. And these grubbies are now almost free. Renata and Camille are going to push backwards. And Renekton is gonna proxy with a wave, and that's going to be a wave lost for the Camille, and Grubby's lost for HU. Pretty well done so far by KU. They are playing the game very well, even though they are not really in the winning side. on bot lane and mid lane, but they still play it well. They play the numbers correctly. The matchup, they play it very well, and they go. Even though they went through a disaster in top lane early on, but they still do win the Grubbies. An early game looking very balanced for the, but still leaning towards the side of KU. We have 1,000 gold lead, so it's not that much anyways. But that does ring a danger bell for Hashimite. They are hiding in the bush. It's going to be interesting to know if they are going to try to jump on this switch or not. Otherwise, they do or not, Renata is still around them, so it's still pretty dangerous. Renekton is looking to do some damage on the Camille. He does take the plates off, and now he can deal much more damage on his next trade. And Wukong might be looking for a gank on bot lane. He is going to be spotted though by a control ward, so Sivir and Janna are going to just walk off. Put another word, he is going to clear it or not. He's just going to let the ward be. Interesting. And he tried to block them, but I think he could have done the same, block them and take the ward. Not a big issue though. Silas is moving to cover up for his bot lane. They are going to walk back up and claim that wave. Renekton is looking pretty scary against that Camille still. He deals so much damage, but the 2 kills that Camille got in the early game are probably the only reason why she haven't died yet. He's going to use his passive pretty early. He does some damage, but now the Renekton is moving pretty aggressively. He gets the stun off. The Camille ults in. And the Renekton is going to get stuck under the tower. And that's the 3rd kill by Camille. Is Rihawi just the king of outplays in this match? What is going on in the top lane? Really well played by Rihawi. He gets the 2nd outplay of the game. And now Janna is moving for top lane for some reason. He's moving alone though. Right? Also, yeah, he does. He's not using full. He does get the victory though, and it's it again. Uh, going against here. Nazi is going to Thunder is going to step in. Nazi is just going to die. So great. You have to block the secure ult, the secure flashes away, and that's a lot of damage being done by the kick. And the secure is not forced out. Another fight here. Being started by the Trundle. You on the Renata, she flashes out. And now everyone is just pinging on the side. KU start the Drake. That's going to be 2nd Drake of the game. And they do have the AP on the mid laner, but that Sivir is pretty low, so it might be not the wisest decision. If they catch Sivir, they are going to win the fight. They go in. Wukong moves against the Sivir. He does steal the Drake. And now he is moving again. The Janna saves the Sivir. The Trundle is going to fall though for the Twitch. And now so much damage is being done on this Wukong. He is going to die. Silas saves the day. But the Sivir is going to fall anyways. And it is going to be 2 for 1. And Hashimite steals the Drake. Good play there. If you could see the you could see the replay again, would be pretty cool. But now we are looking at the game. The gold lead is pretty much equal. Only 500 to the side of Khalifa University. Now Camille is just playing. She's playing her lane. She is so far winning by kills. Maybe not by CS or by tower plates, but she is winning by kills. And she is doing pretty well. It's going to be a much more calm from now on. And since the game is... Oh my god. Teddy gets the kill in the bot lane. And Now they are looking for the kill on Camille, but he is just going to E away. The Renata is here to protect him, so nothing in danger. And since everything is going pretty calm so far, Camille? Hello? Oh, he is looking for a fight here. The Janna is a bit too slow to react. He does spot the Camille though with his tornado. That Camille is dying for the Renekton though. And he is going to fall. The Renekton is getting pretty low too. And that Renata is taking so much damage. The Wukong is gonna get caught by the Silas. And he is going to die. And Khalifa turn it around again. 3 for 1. Sorry, that's 3 for nothing actually. The Janna makes it out alive. No, looking pretty dangerous. Alright, Javier is going to fall too. He gets hooked. Oh, Silas dodges. He has 0 ult. He is going to live though with his dash. But that's a tower going down on top lane and a tower getting chunked in mid lane. I'll use this time since before the next fight starts, I do want to thank AOC Gaming for supporting the tournament. Follow their Instagram channel for the latest promotions and product launches, and check out their products in the Amazon link in the stream below. Right? Oh, Teddy is looking for a kill though in bot lane, and now here we are seeing what Camille was trying. He was trying to obviously catch the to catch them off guard. But he does get outplayed there by the Janna a little bit with their tornado. And then who is going to tank this Renekton? He does so much damage. He just kills everyone. And the Silas obviously coming in is the cherry on top. Okay, so the Seaver does survive that last play. The one that got interrupted. And now everyone is grouping around the rift. Wukong is clearing the way, the wards here, but another ward is placed down, so he kind of just took a lot of damage for nothing. But it is still vision control, so it counts for KU. And that Silas is in bot lane, so KU is playing with other Silas, though he does not have a TP. So a fight here could go really well for HU, even if they don't get the... Oh, they do go for the Trundle now. The Trundle is getting caught. Ulti being popped by the Wukong, and the Trundle is going to fall. Well, that is one kill. One kill for Rift. It is very fair. He does... Wukong scouts them over there. He sends them off a bit with a Blast Cone. Ulti here to save the tier 1 tower by Camille. And that is an ulti pop by the Twitch. Twitch is taking a lot of damage though. He might not be in the best position. But the Renekton is doing so much damage, and he is going to kill both the Twitch and the Renata. The Wukong is going to fall too. And that is just disaster after disaster hitting Hashemite. KU are dominating very, very well. And now the goal lead is going to expand for 3,000, and they are looking for their third Drake. Sorry, for the second Drake. The third Drake, the second Drake got stolen earlier. Now they are gonna get their second Drake of the game. Sorry, the second Drake and third Drake of the game. And HU is looking very, very ill in the first of the on the second match. Early game though, we've seen HU come back from much worse games. So they are not gone yet, while that Ozir is looking in a pretty bad position. The Renekton is blocking the way for his soldier, but he is going to push him off and dash out. So that's one ulti, one less ulti to worry about. And they are going to stay chill. Take a good look at the items here. In bot lane, that Yuntal on Twitch is going to be very scary. But what's more important is the fact that that Ozir now has a needlessly large rod with a Nashor's Tooth. And the Nashor's Tooth is the early game. Oh, that Sivir is falling very low. He is going to have to flash away. Almost getting caught by the Twitch, and that's the value of the Twitch. Invisibility is so huge. Another fight is popping here down in the bot lane. Camille is going to use her ulti, but so does the Silas. Silas is falling very low though, and Camille gets a huge shutdown. 750 gold going for the side of Camille. That is Rift Herald used by KU in the mid lane, and they are going to get the tier 1 turret. Alright, so Trundle is looking here. He is going to flash out, avoiding the W by the Twitch. The Renekton is here, trying to chase after the Camille. He does E in, and the Camille is just going to try and run away, but it's not going to work out very good. There he goes, he falls, and now that Atacon looks pretty dead to me. And KU is going to be the one starting it. And they're going to have a lot of damage to finish it. It is going to be a mid-tier 1 falling in the mid lane, but Silas does seem to be moving, try and get something here done on the Twitch, but it would not be the brightest idea. He spots the Renata, so it starts to play it safe. They do take the Atacon, and it is a worth it trade. That Ozir almost dies for the Renekton, and that Renekton is having so much to do with why this game is winning for the side of KU. All I can think of is imagine what would have happened if Riyawi did not get these two beautiful outplays in the top lane. I think the game would have been so much harder, but the only cornerstone, now, there are two cornerstones now for HU, and their name is Riyawi and Teddy, and they are looking very strong so far. So if they catch the damage dealers, they are going to be really strong later on. And now we are seeing what's happening, and Janna is getting caught. She does put her tornado, and that's pretty much going to save her. Now everyone is gathering, making sure they group up. They put the Renekton against the Ozir. He is going to move in to take this tower, but he is getting pretty chunked. Ozir is not looking for any fight with this big crocodile. And I thought crocodiles and birds get along very well, but apparently they do not. Now they are moving to try and get a play on the Camille. So many people are moving up. Camille is going to fall here most likely. That Camille ult on the Silas is going to be huge, and the Camille is getting caught. He uses her ult on the Janna, and he is out. If he's living here, it's going to be insane, but he does fall, and Haken is going to be the murderer. And now Twitch is moving up. No one can see the Twitch, and he has a really good angle. Renata Gloss is going to move, and they are going to start attacking. The Janna is going to fall first. Azir is going to try to push off, and now the Twitch is going attacked by the Trundle, and he is going to kill him. And so many people are falling on the side of KU, and HU seems like they are fighting back. They might be sick, but they are not dead, and they are fighting. They get a 3-for-1. Riao is gonna fall, but certainly not alone. And now everyone on the side of HU, except for the Ozir, is going to be moving towards that grave. Maybe Ozir is going to be fighting here with the Silas to get this Drake, but he sees that the Silas takes his ult and he decides against it, which is the right decision. You do not want to fight Silas under his tower with your own ulti. But now that Renekton looks pretty caught, and the Camille is going to jump on him. He does pop up his ult and he tries to heal. He is trying to walk it off. Oh, that's so much damage and so much slow. He falls, and not for anyone. He falls for Teddy on the Twitch. and they are going to secure the Drake. Twitch is now looking for another kill. He is doing so much damage, and they are going to one-shot the Janna, and she is going to fall. And now, with the Drake, they are looking so back, and they actually barely have the gold lead against KU. As I said earlier, we've seen HU pull off much harder games and come back into the game. How Tiffany is hot, and he can stop coming out of it very well. That's the sport that is all going to be another play here on the Silas, and they do get him. Riawi gets the kill, and that's a tier 2 tower on bot lane falling too. And look at the gold lead, ladies and gentlemen. That's a 2000 gold lead for the side of HU. They were just down 4k, and now all of a sudden everything looks a lot better, and they look winning in the late game. Much of this credit, of course, goes for Riawi and Teddy. They are the ones who kept this game pretty alive, but that Renata is working like the guardian angel for the Twitch, and he is performing very well on his support duty. Now though, teams are going to be looking for vision. The one who controls the vision is the one who usually controls the map. Both ADCs are farming, though that Sevier really cannot get any close to that Twitch. All he can do is pop the ult, do a lot of damage, and that's a flash going off from the Sevier. So he does decide to play the safe route and go back, but now they are pinging the top lane. They do see that they might be going for a gank on him. The Trundle is going to be walking in the Azir. They get the dash out, and Silas has his ulti, but nothing serious happens. They look to be fighting for their next rift. The Janna is going to recall though. Sorry, for the Baron. They are positioning for the Baron. And the Janna is trying to go for the Azir. They warn her against it though. She does go like pretty late now. And Janna is just gonna stand in the bush and try to recall herself. They are looking for the Silas though. A lot of things are going now. Trundle does spot the Wukong. He is going to move back. That Trundle looks very speedy. Renekton has the TP, so he's not really outside of the fight. Now, HU is looking to start Drake. They are going to spot the Wukong here, and the Wukong is going to W. He fakes out a W off the wall. But he is now standing on a ward. That Camille is in a really bad position, and he does get caught, and they jump him. Riawi is in trouble, but that Azir pushes everyone off, and the Seaver is free, hitting everyone still. She dies though for the Twitch, who gets a double kill. And that's a 2 for 2. The jungle falls though. Now they are trapped between a very angry Renekton and the tower. The Twitch is going to fall, and the goal is going for the Renekton, and that is going to be Baron for the side of KU. Really will play to close in on them, and now they are looking for the Baron, and they are not done yet. Here we see the replay. The the Camille gets caught first. The Silas pushes everyone under the tower, and he does so much damage before finally dying. And now look at this. The Twitch is just stuck. The pathing by the Renekton is great. He does not reconnect with his team, but he does move in the right place to make sure that that Twitch is not going to go anywhere safe. They focus him up, so much one-shot damage on him, and that's what we spoke about at the beginning of the game. If KU's composition going to get his hands on the carry, they are going to get one-shotted. And that's exactly what happens in this game. Now though, Drake is spawning in 10 seconds, and both teams are positioning around it. Though KU is first on the rift, they are going to start it. Midwave is pushed for HU. That Renekton is standing on a control ward. And they start the Drake. They pull it out slowly. Silas dashes out the W of the Twitch. He does not want to get damage at all. Now he has a very valuable ulti though, the Renata ult. And that Drake is falling pretty quickly, but now Wukong is inside. And he is going to W out with the Camille to safety. And that's a sole point going for the side of KU. And really well played by them so far. The gold lead is much smaller, but now it is much more doable for KU, and they are looking for a Drake fight here. Silas is looking pretty aggressive, and that Sevier barely makes it out. Silas is stunned by the Baron, but he is going to have enough time to dash out before he gets the CC chain on him. They are going to start the Baron. They do get the Q on the Trundle, but he is going to walk it off. Renekton is having a great flank, and the clone here is used by the Wukong. Renekton just jumps in. He sends it. He gets CC'd by the rest of the team, but he does isolate them enough. The Trundle is falling though now, so does the Renekton, and it just turns into a disaster. And everyone just dies. Now Gnarly, no Hammy Dan, no Lishim Banza. Everyone is dead, and it's a Janna and a Sevier alone. And Camille is now trying to get more kills here, and he gets the kill on Sevier, and now Janna is trying to run away. He is going to get his E soon though, but he is going to catch him, and he gets his Q off. Is he going to get the kill? Janna seems pretty fine. He does laugh it off, but that's more of a cry in my opinion. Oh, he does take the wrong path though. Now he is daring Camille to get to him, but Camille is going to kill him here. And he is pretty dead. And that is an ace, ladies and gentlemen. For the side of HU, they get the perfect fight, and they get the perfect, the perfectly timed Baron. And now they are resetting, and they are ahead again. Here's the fight right over again. We see the Renekton. He thinks that he has a great flank. He jumps in and tries to land, but he forgets about the CC chain that he got, and him on the Trundle and the Silas are just going to get one shot by HU, and he is going to fall. And here also, Janna might have played it a bit too aggressive. He's gonna fall soon. Right with Sevier. So far, so good for the side of HU, and it is looking like it is going to be a game 3, but you never know. Khalifa University might come back into this game. One team fight is all it takes to equalize the gold lead, but it's definitely much harder to do now. The inhibitor turret in mid lane is going to fall, and now both teams are looking to... Oh, that Twitch is going to find the Renekton though. Look at this damage, ladies and gentlemen. That is so much damage being popped on the Renekton. Forest to use the redemption. And now HU is just sieging. They are going to get both inhibitor on bot lane and mid lane, and they are looking to close game number 2. They are pushing into the base, but they decide that it might not be the best idea, so they back off, give some room to breathe for Khalifa University. They play it safe. Look at these items, ladies and gentlemen. On the Twitch, he has the Infinity Edge, he has the Mortal Reminder, he has the Yunta, and now the Bloodthirsty. with the Runan's Hurricane. This is a terrifying character to play against. He's got all what it takes to one shot not one champion but a whole team. The CS lead also is something to be accounted for, and it is going to be looking that everything is going to be down on the next Drake fight. So both teams are positioning, making sure that they are not going to be caught though, so they are walking in groups, which is pushing the mid lane alone. I think if they do not catch that Twitch isolated, they will never be able to win this game. That Twitch is just so far ahead that unless he gets one shot at the start of the game, he is going to be the most dangerous champion. And here we got a pause. Really not a very serious one. And hopefully we are going to get to know what just happened. It is looking a lot like a game 3 so far. We are going to still find out after the pause. It is all good. So we will look at some replays until the game is back on. And here we're looking at what happened in the top lane, where the whole game almost went down. We saw how Riawi tried to go for a solo play. He did get caught though, and then his whole team followed up, and they almost all died except for the Azir, who did also lose his TP in. Good play by Renekton over there, as we said earlier, to find the right path to catch the rest. And here is where it all went wrong for KU. The Renekton jumped in and he died, and so did the Trundle and the Silas. Game is back on though, and now the siege continues. Renekton is in mid, he is clearing the waves. We need to remember, all this gold is put on the Twitch, so if the Twitch does somehow get caught, it is going to be almost game over for HU, but Teddy does recognize how valuable he is. Look how far he is standing. He's letting his team do the poke work, and he is waiting for a fight to pop off, which is the right thing to do in his case. So it's very good on him to know how valuable he is. Now they are resetting and they are going to be looking for another fight pretty soon. Maybe they are going to look for the Baron again, spawning in 20 seconds, by the way. But just look at how bright that topside jungle is for HU. They see everyone and everything trying to come through the topside jungle. So if KU going to go there, they need to clear this wave. And even if they do clear that wave, they are going to get spotted. So they're going to decide to just stay put, not take any unwanted fights, try to survive, try to get a good fight hopefully. But that Baron is gonna make things much harder. They are going to get the top lane tower now with the siege and the empowered minions. And things just got 10 times harder for KU to survive game number 2. Rich is moving in to deal some early poke damage, and he does some pretty good, and he is just absolutely ripping that tower. He is going to get the inhibitor tower on top lane, and they are going to get the third inhibitor. Now they are sieging the Nexus turrets with the empowered minions, and with the Baron buff, and with a very fit Twitch. KU are looking to survive. Ulti pop by the Renekton. He does jump on the... Oh my god, they do get the Teddy. Finally, Renata is going to fall soon, but so does everyone else. He is going to just delete everyone. The Renekton there, but he does not outlive them all. They do the right engage, but perhaps the Renekton chasing after the Renata is what lost them that fight, and that's a quadra kill for Azir. He is going to fall looking for the Penta, but they are going to end this game. Renata and the Wukong, they do look for the kill on Janna before ending it. One more kill for good measures. They get it, and that is game number 2. 1-1 for both sides, and really good comeback by HU. They have done it again. They are still in the fight. Game number 2 ends for the side of HU, and we're going for a between games break.
Okay. Mystery. The bass and hide away. I count money every day. Darkness in my vision's always night. It ain't ever day. You ain't never close to safe. One step into a real G. Demons in my spirit making choices for a mystery. The bass and hide away. I count money every day. Darkness in my vision's always night. It ain't ever day. You ain't never close to safe. One step into a real G. Demons in my spirit making choices for a spin the block, hit the gas, hit the gas. Homies spin the block, hit the gas, hit the gas.
Heading towards the
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host Ragnar, joined here this time for game number 3 by the none other Sovereign. Sovereign, how are you doing?
Ragnar, I am doing great. I hope you're doing well after casting the first two games on your own. And I'm excited to be here. You can hear from my sound that I have a new microphone, but it took me two games to set up. So sorry about that, Ragnar. I hope it wasn't too much of a ride for you.
It is not an issue at all. Here we are having game 3 though, and I'm telling you, Sovereign, you did not miss out on the fun. There is going to be a, a murder on game number 3. And I'm pretty sure both teams are as excited as we are to get into the race and get on the champion select.
All right, we see some bans already underway, as you said, Ragnar. So we're gonna have Cassiopeia, Ambessa, and Wukong banned from the side of Hashemite University. On the side of Khalifa, we have, well, interestingly, Twitch, Jinx, and Melio. So I think they're just hard targeting Teddy. While I was not casting with you, Ragnar, I was watching the game. And I was rooting for Teddy so he can bring us to game 3. And all I can say is Teddy definitely delivered. And here we are in the draft. We have Braum picked for the side of Khalifa University. On the other side, we have Diana and Yasuo combo for Hashemite University. What do you think of these picks so far?
We've seen Yasuo getting banned every single game in the first two by Khalifa University, and now the first time that they do not ban him, he gets insta-locked by Hashemite University, and that shows that there is definitely a lot of potential on Zelma over here with the Yasuo, and to put with him a Diana is going to make him more and more dangerous. But now we're looking at an Akali Jarvan with the Braum.
So Akali Jarvan for Khalifa, that tells me one very specific thing, which is they want Teddy dead. They don't want Teddy to play the game. They don't want Teddy to do what he did in game 2. So let's see what Hashemite is going to prepare for that. They're not picking for Teddy yet. They picked the Malphite. And now into the second ban phase. But even before the ban phase, we have Malphite, Diana, and Yasuo. That's without the Teddy pick. Which tells me that even without the ADC, they already have a very strong, well, wombo combo, however you want to call it, that is not only going to be able to set up for Teddy, but also, like, even if you, let's say, blow all your spells on the Teddy, they can still do something on their own. What do you think right now?
I think it's exactly as you say. They do know that they are going to be targeted like on the Teddy picks, and we are seeing it by the Jinx and the the Jinx and the Twitch bans. And now that they are banning two of Chief's picks, the Rakan and the Milio, they have put a lot of pressure on Teddy, and Hashemite saw this coming, so they wanted to give their mid laner a champ that he's very comfortable in, and they give him the Yasuo, and they give him all what he needs to be successful in this game.
100% Ragnar. Also, like, looking at the bans coming from Khalifa University, it's just ball lane. They're just targeting Teddy and his support. A lot of respect for this amazing player down in the ball lane. All right, the bans are over for both teams at this point. Let's see what the bot lane of Hashemite University is going to pick. I wonder if they're going to pick for Teddy or for his support first. It's going to be the Poppy. Poppy is a great pick here, Ragnar. It's going to be able to counter pretty much all of the champions on the side of Khalifa at the moment. The Akali Dash, the Jarvan, and the Braum. We see the Xayah coming out for Khalifa University. And now the last pick being the top laner for them is going to be the Mordekaiser. I think that's your favorite, Ragnar. I'm not too sure. And now the last pick, the man of the game for Teddy. Let's see what is it gonna be.
Callista! Take Callista! Is he gonna take? Imagine if he does take Callista. Oh, a lot more boring. He is going to go for the mini dragon, but mini definitely. But he is a really dangerous champion to play against. These two comps are two comps that are looking to kill each other's carries. These two comps, the ADCs, both Teddy and Hawk, are not going to take any pleasure playing this game. Both teams are going to be jumping on them and then they're going to sort it out between each other. And it is going to be an entertaining game.
That it will be, Ragnar. One thing I want to point out, Teddy going for the smolder here after being targeted banned that many times means that he's relying on this game to go at least a little bit into the mid to late game when he gets the form. So the question is going to be, are Khalifa University going to be able to shut down the Teddy, close out the game early enough before the Smolder gets his stacks? And is Teddy's team going to be able to enable him enough to close out this series and advance to the semifinals? We're going to find out soon.
Right before the game starts, I do want to take a moment to thank AOC Gaming for supporting the tournament. Follow their Instagram channel for the latest promotions and product launches, and check out their products in the Amazon link in the stream description. Oh, 1-1. HUKU. We did just get information. The game is paused. That's your favorite, Sovereign.
It is my favorite. This time around, I could not, well, be here for the first two games, but I love the fact that as soon as I come back, there is a pause. So that's a great welcome from the teams, if I can say so. In the meantime, Ragnar, you said that the teams are composed to fight each other. Who do you think is the better comp and why?
I mean, looking at the two comps, when I look at HQ and I see both Yasuo, Poppy, Diana, and the Malphite, all I can think of is delete an entire team at the same time. It is a really scary combo, so I really have to lean towards HU over here. What do you think? Oh, we are seeing here an attack on the Poppy early game, and it is going to be first blood going for the side of Xayah.
Yes, I was just gonna say I think we have a first blood for Khalifa University. The Poppy not respecting the Braum early game, face checking, finding out very quick what it means to do that. However, Teddy has the Heaven Scale Smolder skin with a chroma, so I think that's gonna be relevant, but let's see how it goes. Both teams just posturing. A slight invade for the side of Khalifa, looking to get a ward down. The Yasuo is not going to be able to clear it in time, so they're going to have vision where Diana is going to be after her blue side. And the lanes are kicking off. In the top lane, we do have Malphite Mordekaiser, your favorite matchup.
Absolutely not my favorite matchup, Sovereign. I really dislike the two tanky top laners on the top.
That might be, but let's see if there's going to be any action down up there or in the bot lane. Now we can see Teddy and his lovely support just walking up, trading, trying to get those stacks down. Looking at top lane, I don't think there's much to be looked at. Okay, a slight skirmish in the mid lane. We missed some of that, but nothing too important for now. HP being traded on both sides. And down in the ball lane, we can see it's quite even in terms of farm. However, one thing I want to point out here, Ragnar, the Smolder lane is not a lane in which he can be even. If Smolder is even in lane, if he's not under pressure, that means that the Smolder is winning. He's a monster in the mid to late game, so as much as this lane is even right now, it's actually going the way of Teddy.
That is very true indeed, but the Jarvan is now going to be hovering towards his bot lane, and I think the matchup that we should be looking at over here is going to be in the mid lane. Is going to be in the mid lane. Whoever of these Yasuo and Akali is going to win his lane is going to probably control the map alongside the jungle. But now that Jarvan is finishing his Krugs, we might see the first the first gank on the bot lane. But Diana is also really close to comfort for the top lane.
That she is. Both junglers decided to path on the opposite sides. However, the Jarvan is gonna be spotted on two wards. They know he's there, so they back off. Diana is now pathing back to the Jarvan side. Perhaps they're looking for a collapse. The Jarvan is gonna be caught-ish by the Yasuo. Alright, he doesn't see the Diana for now. He still has the dash and just dashes away. Not much action in the first couple of minutes, both teams being very respectful, knowing that any slip, any advantage to either side, especially in the bot lane, could mean the game. The Poppy dashes in, tries to get the stun on the Braum, does get it. He does get cancelled the jump, and that's one kill for the side of Hashim University. Perhaps the other one flashes is answered, and that's two kills for the side of Hashimit in the bot lane. Well played.
Really good play over there by the Poppy to find this stun on the ADC and deal all of that damage. We all know how hard it is to get away from Poppy once she catches out, and with the Diana and Smolder there to follow up, they do secure not only one but two kills on both of the champions. Really well played by Hashimite University, bot lane and the jungle.
Indeed, indeed. We talked a bit about the value of the Poppy. Like when you have a Braum, Jarvan, and a Kali, the Poppy W at the right time, at the right place could be very, very, very important, as we saw right there. The Braum doesn't flash out. He thought maybe he could jump out, but that means two kills for the jungler of Hashim University. And more importantly, that means that Smolder gets to play the early game.
Mulder does not only get to play the early game Sovereign, he is winning the early game. And if there is something to be afraid of, it is a winning Smolder in the early game is a terrifying Smolder in the late game. Here though, we are seeing an attack on the Smolder, but the Diana is there to follow up. He does get caught though by the Jarvan, so a counter gank is there. He does catch the Braum in his way in, and now the Jarvan is in danger himself. A stun goes on the Poppy, and the Braum does not make it out alive, but so does the Jarvan. And here the Malphite is taking a lot of damage, but he is also going to live. Great plays.
That it is, the Malphite getting ulted, but managing to get out. However, the bot lane and the jungler of Khalifa University not too coordinated on the gank over there. The jungler, Goro, able to get it back and immediately burst down that kill. Another kill goes on for him, and another winning fight in the bot lane.
And as we said, Sovereign, it's only getting more and more danger. That is not how you want to lane against a Smolder. Smolder 101, put pressure on him, don't let him farm, and definitely don't let him get gold. And he so far has been doing all these three and doing it very comfortably too. This is going to be a problem down in the road for KU.
I mean, that's 100% true, Ragnar. But then again, if you're playing into smaller Poppy, how are you supposed to apply pressure on the Smolder? Like, there's not much room for the engage of the side of Khalifa to actually get on top of him. If they try, the Poppy's just going to cancel the dash. He also has the little flap with his own. And it seems that his jungler has grabbed a tent and just put it down in bowling.
There is some very good points you make, Sovereign. So do you think that this game is pretty much a draft diff?
I think it might be not a draft diff, but Teddy on smaller diff. Like, I don't want to glaze him too much or like put too much credit, even though it is due. It's just that the Smolder pick, after being targeted banned that many times, with the Poppy to peel for him, was just very good. We see the Jarvan trying to get on top of him, but as I said, Ragnar, he just flaps away.
That is just a very hard champion to catch, especially with the Poppy to protect him. It's going to be even harder. But now we're seeing KU playing for the Grubbies, and slowly HU are closing in, and we are looking like we are going to get the first proper team fight up there in the Grubbies. And here are the mid laners. Yasuo is TPing to mid lane, and that is all going down.
Alright, Diana gets ulted by the Mordekaiser. Is she going to be able to survive the trip to Brazil? Ults him inside, but I think she might be dead. That she is. The Poppy stuns the Jarvan into the wall. He managed to get his ult off. All the auto attacks being flown off. Yasuo flashes in, ults, manages to get one of them. However, Teddy is still alive. The Poppy is getting hit. Teddy's trying to get the ADC, does get him. 3 kills for the Mordekaiser. The Malphite is here finally trying to finish off Teddy. He's juking left, right, center. Barriers misses the Q. Quadra kill for the Mordekaiser. And it might be a Penta. Is he going to be able to get it? Observer, no please. Back,
No.
not a pentakill for the Mordekaiser. Very well played, but an even fight overall and a gold lead for Teddy.
Really insane play by the Mordekaiser Sovereign to make sure that he gets the Diana before she ults everyone is a really important thing here in this fight. As we can see, he ults him alone, and that's a lot of damage reduction. The Poppy does catch the Jarvan, but again, this Mordekaiser passive is doing so much. And they don't really have a way to stop him. So he just walks in, attacks everyone, deals so much damage, and he's just able to close in the fight almost completely alone.
He very much did. But again, 4 kills on the Mordekaiser, it's great stuff. It's gold on one potential carry. But again, the Mordekaiser is not going to be able to touch the Smolder if he plays it right mid to late game. So Grubs and 4 kills go over to the side of Khalifa University, but the Smolder problem is still very much on the table. He has Essence Reaver completed, and now both teams posturing towards the bot side, Dragon spawning in 1 minute, and then we just have the jungler, well, walking around in the jungle of Khalifa, trying to get something out of it. Feathers and a root, but that was just a couple of harass hits, and both teams trying to wrestle control of the river. As for a gold lead, there isn't really one to speak of. It's dead even, but dead even again is not where you want to be. We have a slight swap here in the mid and top lane. I'm not sure Hashimit University should be sending the Malphite mid, mainly because he's gonna have his TP up soon. Okay, we have a fight going on in the ball lane, trying to catch Teddy and the Poppy. Alright, dashes in, but they're a bit too far away, just walks away. Smooth, very smooth from Teddy. Again, another failed attempt to shut down the Smolder early game. And as I was saying, Yasuo does not have teleport, and the dragon is on the map. Mordekaiser doesn't have it either, but it's just going to be a man advantage, at least not the Yasuo for the combo on the side of Hashimits. Let's see if they're going to contest or not.
It is going to be an important fight here to secure the first Drake. But again, as you just mentioned, the Yasuo does not really have a TP, and he seems to recognize that, so he is going to grab a recall real quick and go down back to mid lane. And there's another point that we need to be talking about for this fight. All the money of KU is on the Mordekaiser, and Mordekaiser does not have a TP, so if he's not able to join that fight, their gold lead is not existent in that fight, and I would really think that HU would be able to win it.
Perhaps they might be, both teams just walking into the river and then walking back out. trying to get the prio in mid and bot lane. We have the first items for the Yasuo and the Akali respectively completed. The Malphite has a tier and a couple of other items, but again, your Malphite, all you need to do is press R. The Mordekaiser has a 9-stack Dark Seal, and it's just going to be a matter of who can execute the next fight better and who can get prio in the lanes. Alright, we have a couple of pings going down on the ball lane. I saw Teddy use Flap Flap. Diana goes in, ults. The Xayah answers with her own. Diana might be in trouble here. The Poppy ulti does not come through in time, and that's the jungler of Hashim University dead. A flash, but the deny dash by the Poppy W. Again, such huge value on this champion. Will deny the follow-up engage, and that might be the dragon going to the side of Khalifa University. They do start it up.
Just like you mentioned, Sovereign, Gnarly goes over there and he tries to get on top of the Poppy with his Akali, but the W just blocks him and he runs away so easily. And it's exactly like you said, they do have all this jumping combo, and the Poppies is just, he's getting more and more valuable to the side of HU.
That it is. The dragon goes to the side of Khalifa. They're getting a good picks here and there, but is it going to be enough to shut down the smaller once it goes online? We see the Poppy opting in for the Locket to give a little bit more protection for this carry of Hashmut University. I'm wondering if she's going to go for Knight's Vow. Personally, I really like the item. I also play support. Might be good value here. We can see that Diana going for a bit of a tanky build. He has Leandri's Mask. He's going probably Riftmaker. And both teams are going to start posturing towards the top side. Herald spawning in now. Alright, Braum walks in, gets one passive on Diana, decides it's not time to pull the trigger. Both teams posturing for the next objective. It might be the one giving feats of strength. Alright, we're just gonna air him real quick in the river. The top lane wave is not touched by either team. I think maybe one of them should try to push it in, but no, it's gonna be the Poppy getting caught here on the side. Is she gonna be dead? The Jarvan ulti goes in, the Diana ulti is massive. Everyone is on top of everyone else, and the health bars do go down. That's 1 kill for 1, 2 for the side of Khalifa University. 4 kills end up going there. Just the team fight power of the Xayah and the Braum.
Really good play by Khalifa University to be able to catch that kill on the Poppy. He does die very late, but look at that. Everyone is just sitting there getting hit by everything else. The Xayah's AoE damage doing so much, and then he just claims all the kills. Another kill here. The Smarter is getting caught by the Mordekaiser, and that is a very big lord that you cannot escape from. And he gets the kill on the on the Teddy with the Smolder.
Mordekaiser gets the kill, Teddy gets a trip to Brazil. It rhymes, it's true. So I was saying the Mordekaiser was not going to be able to touch the Smolder. I was wrong. The Yasuo is trying to clean up here. Mordekaiser without the ult or the flash is just going to be straight for the Yasuo. Ults him. The Jarvan is almost closing in. That's going to be very close. Almost a 1k shutdown going to the side of the Yasuo. Jarvan disconnected. Is that going to be a pause? Okay, he's back.
You know
Don't
it.
do this to me, guys.
You know it's Sovereign.
No,
You know
no,
it's
no, no,
Sovereign.
no,
It is
no.
what we all
No,
know.
no, no,
It
no,
is
no, not the
Antonio's
Zonia
fire.
Hourglass. Not the Zonia Hourglass. Okay, okay. Well, okay,
They
let's
will
resume.
resume here. Thank God.
There we go, there we go. We escaped the Zonia. A slight gold lead for the side of Khalifa University. However, we've seen Hashemits come back from so much worse, and that was on carries like the Twitch, and a Tristana. However, on the Smolder, it only gets worse the longer that the game goes on. The only way to win this game for Khalifa is keep going as you are, find the good fights, find picks before the fight, like the Poppy there, and try to end the game before it's too late. We have the Herald being started by the side of Hashemets. It looks like it's going to go pretty much uncontested. And we have a cross-map play from the side of Khalifa trying to catch Yasuo under the tower. He does have flash, but he doesn't have a lot of health, and that's a dead Yasuo. Okay, there's going to be a contest. It's only the Braum so far and the Mordekaiser. He has ultimate soon. The Poppy ult is going to send the Mordekaiser away. Very well played. The Braum, nothing to stand behind, nothing to be there for. We have the Xayah trying to catch the Poppy, flashes in, pulls the feathers, get the root off, and it's going to be a lot of damage.
Oh.
Can he finish him off? He does have flash steal, and he
Oh,
flashes
he
over
lives!
the wall. He lives.
Poppy
How is he
lives!
alive?
Chief Z
And-
lives again. Is he just the master of 1 HP, make it out alive? He does. And now here the Smolder getting so much damage on the Xayah. Might even go for the kill here. The Xayah does not have her feathers. Now she does though, and the Smolder flashes out. The Jarvan is closing in, and so is the Diana. And the Smolder is going to live to see another day.
That he does. The clock is ticking, Ragnar. I just want to point out, like, we've been talking a lot about Teddy, but Chief Z, as you mentioned, great ultimate by him to knock the Mordekaiser out of the fight right when he gets his ultimate. And now you can see the Xayah is just free hitting him, flashes, gets the feathers out. And I think he might have canceled an auto here. No, he did not. He thought he was gonna die, and he just barely flashes out. Some faker style juking and making it out alive. Very great pick by the Poppy. And let's see how they're going to execute the next fight. Dragon is going to be Infernal Soul. And it's going to get started by Hashem's University. However, Khalifa is very much here, trying to contest. Akali goes in, the Jarvan ulti comes in, the Yasuo with the Diana ultimate tries to pretty much combo the entire team, and it looks like a fight for the side of Hashem's University, but the Mordekaiser ulti damage is way too much. The Akali is able to get on the backline. Smolder wasn't even there on time. Kind of bad coordination there, Ragnar.
Pretty bad coordination there by Hashemite, and they do pay for it with a Drake and 4 kills going to the side of Khalifa, 3 of them going for the Akali. And if we have watched game number 1, we know how dangerous Gnarly can be as a player.
That is very true. Very dominant performance from Gnarly on the mid lane. Not to forget the Jarvan. He kept trying to find the Smolder in lane. He couldn't, but he was able to find the good team fights in both river on both fights.
We need to make attention that Teddy might have been, so far in this game, too focused on getting his stacks to be able to join his teams in the fights. And they lost 2 fights so far because Teddy was just not there.
That he was not. Both teams posturing for the Arakan. Looks like the Braum might be caught here, but again, it's a Braum. Who's exactly catching who? A couple of spells flying back and forth. Teddy is not in place. Malphite does have the TP. Diana getting the Braum ultimate on top of her. She does ult. The Yasuo follows up with his own ultimate, but the Xayah was not caught in that fight at all. All the damage went on top of the Braum. The Akali goes in. The Poppy tries to disengage for Teddy, but it's going to be another kill for the side of Khalifa University. 2 kills for none. The Smolder getting the ticket to Brazil, and that's a very dead Teddy on the table.
Very dead Teddy on indeed. Seems like so far HU's strategy of taking the wombo combo for the mid lane and giving the Smolder time to get fed off of his stacks is not working pretty well. Here we are seeing the TP on the mid lane by the Akali, and the Arakan is going to be secured for Khalifa, and it smells disaster for HU.
That it does. But again, I know I have said it one too many times. Anything can happen. The Smolder's plan so far has not been working. but anything can change in due time. While we're waiting for the next fight, I just want to give a quick shout out to AOC Gaming for supporting the tournament. Make sure to follow their Instagram channel for the latest promotions and product launches, and check out their products in the Amazon link in the stream description.
Thank you for the ad. But now we are seeing both teams are posturing in the river, bot lane river, and they are looking for a skirmish. And Sovereign, I do want to say something real quick for good measures. HU is not a team that you will count out. They do have all what it takes to come back into the game. Smolder in one single team fight can flip the entire game head on out. And HU so far in the tournament have been known for doing exactly that. Losing all game long, one single fight, and they are back. Diana here is getting caught though by both the Seaver and the Mordekaiser, but now Diana, she is dying, and that is a very dead puppy too. She flashes out of the wall, the Mordekaiser is still chasing after her, and where is she going to run to? Puppy is still trying though, he has his movement speed, and he does run into the river and escapes into the shadows of the rift. And that will be one Diana dead and one Zoe one Poppy barely making it out alive.
We have Teddy potentially getting caught in the mid lane. There's no one to protect him. 3 people dive on top of him. Well, when the Poppy is not there to peel for you, that's exactly how you shut down the Smolder. As for the previous fight, I'm not too sure we can even call it a fight. Diana was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, which seems to be a common theme this game. They should be grouping for objectives, being their own time, but it looks like they're just getting caught left, right, and center before every objective.
That is indeed what has been going on. Khalifa, we need to give them credit for finding these picks, for recognizing the team comp, and for recognizing the jungle and its vision around the map. And they have been seeing everyone, and they have been catching everyone else.
Alright, third Infernal Drake is on the map, and it looks like Caliph University has pretty good control over the river. I don't think Hashemites are even going to try to contest. No, they do not. Another Drake, and that's Soul Point for Khalifa University. And now there's a lot of pings from their side going towards the Baron. If they get this Baron, Ragnar, it might be just what they need to close out the game.
Might be indeed, but getting in this pit is so dangerous. The AoE damage by HU is really scary, but it seems like it's going to be too late. That's some T1 level heist. They are going to take the Baron uncontested, unspotted, and they are just going to run mid lane and try to push the lanes.
That they do. They have approximately a 6,000 gold lead for their side, Soul Point as well, and a lot of shutdowns on their members. There is still a slight chance for Hashemites if they're able to find a good fight. However, if Khalifa is able to close out the game with the Baron buff, potentially crack open the base, it might be too late for that.
Well, as a very good friend of mine says always, if the word is the word of the devil. If is a very hard word here. So far, the Kali and the Mordekaiser have been finding so much success of getting to that Smolder. And in my opinion, even in a fight where Poppy and Smolder are playing it very well, the Mordekaiser can just hold either the Poppy or the Smolder, and they are going to kill any of them, because these Akali and this Mordekaiser are so fed that it's kind of a lot easier now to get to the Smolder without basically dying.
That might be the case. Caliph University doing the classic 1-3-1 with the Baron buff trying to make use of this Baron and potentially end out the game. However, Hashemite seem to be holding up pretty well for now. Never mind, that's a tower and 1,000 gold going for Khalifa University. I think the second tier tower on mid might be next. A slight potential collapse on the Akali doesn't seem to pan out. Ulti goes in. I don't think the Yasuo is going to be ulting in there. Braum is getting pretty chunked, and I'm pretty sure the Smolar has his form now. Ults in, but the Braum shield is going to negate that.
They are going to recall now. Everyone is resetting. The Mordekaiser is still doing so much damage. He is playing it quite greedy. Probably got told by his teammates. But now the Smolder and the Yasuo are looking for this Mordekaiser, who is just going to back off and recognize the danger. He does not see the Diana, he does not see the Poppy, and he certainly does not want to see them anytime soon, at least not when he is alone, and he is just going to take the reset. I'll start preparing with his team for the Drake, spawning in 1 minute 40 seconds.
That it is, and it looks like a slight engage on the Poppy down in mid lane is gonna be able to flash away Diana, considering dashing onto the Akali does not follow through as he doesn't see the teammates of the said Akali. And very respectful by Khalifa University, not wanting to make any mistakes here, knowing that with the shutdowns and the Smolar with form, it could still be Hashemite University's game. Both teams just posturing, looking for the next big fight, and it's just going to be a matter of, is the Smolar going to be able to hit that many targets and get the form passive off, or is Khalifa University going to be able to find the pick, find the wombo on top of the Smolar, and close out the game?
I really hate to be that guy, Sovereign, but this game looks pretty done. I really hate to. Oh, here is the Braum getting caught. You did not think. Sorry, not the Braum. The Diana getting caught. If you don't think the game is over now with the jungle dead, the game is definitely over. Drake Soul, Infernal Drake Soul, spawning soon, and that is, if they get it, is going to be 90% well played. GG.
All right, we have engaged on the Braum by the Poppy. The Braum ultimate is going to go down the Malphite. The Poppy ulti is trying. Fly catches the Zaya out of it. Is there going to be a follow-up engage? The Poppy in the Death Realm stuns the Mordekaiser into the wall. The Smolder ulti goes down, but the follow-up is pretty weak. And Chiefs, he manages to get out another time. Smolar stacking, getting a bit more damage, has part of the Last Whisper as an item, but as you said, that's the Infernal Soul going over to the side of Khalifa University. The Akali not joining that fight, has the TP, and avoids a collapse by Hashemite University. Dragon Soul going over any second now. There it is. But you said it's over. For me, it's not over until the Nexus explodes, Ragnar.
Well, it is not over until the Nexus explodes, but now it just looks like it is a matter of time. They are all now almost all jumping on Smolder. He is going to flap away. That Diana is getting exhausted, forced to flash out. That Mordekaiser is moving the jungle like he owns it, and they are just going to reset, regroup, and push the mid lane.
The same dance being repeated all over again, this time without the Baron buff. However, they do have the Infernal Soul. Perhaps we can see how many stacks the Smolar has. We do see the Knight's Vow, as I mentioned, coming through from the Poppy, giving the Smolar that slight survivability in the fights. Potentially a good fight for the side of Hashemites.
Well, they are pinging the Baron very aggressively, and now they're just hiding in a bush, waiting for one of HQ's members to face check. And I think that Diana is not going to do it this time. The Smolder is going to W and spot the Akali. But look at that, they are starting the Baron, and that's another heist for the side of KU. HQ just cannot step up, and if they do, they will just explode. And it is really does look pretty much like it's a GG. And that's a Kali now. He finds the Smolder. He jumps on and the Redemption goes down by the Braum. And they get ulted out by the Poppy. But that Yasuo is getting caught again. But he does kill the Jarvan. But now Diana and the Poppy are falling. So does the Malphite. And so does the Yasuo. Smolder lives alone against 4 people pushing down on his base. And I think this is GG.
That it might be. The Akali goes in on the fight alone, but with her Shroud is able to survive long enough for her team to be able to join. Teddy alone versus 4 people with Baron buff. I don't think he's going to be able to defend it. He's trying his best, but this time, Teddy, it was a little too late. Very well played. GG. And Khalifa takes a series.
I hate you here. Khalifa does take the series. They are able to close it out. They have been the better team here in game number 3. And unfortunately, we have to say goodbye for HU. Great performance so far from Khalifa University in the tournament. We do say goodbye, but we also welcome another team that is going to move up in the loser bracket.
That we do. Very well played by both teams, but Khalifa is going to be ending up on top. We're going to be see them in the next round. And again, thank you to all the viewers, especially you, Ragnar. You put up with 2 games without me. Very great job. And as a last time, just want to say another quick thank you to our sponsor, AOC Gaming, AOC Gaming, and Gen.G, my saloon, and Vibranium. Thank you all for watching. It's been great having you, and see you all in the next time.
Bye.
Okay. Mystery.